What's good, everyone? I'm student Dr. Harsh. I just finished up my orientation week at medical school, and I wanted to make a quick video sharing my biggest takeaways and pieces of advice from orientation week. First off, I would say that you should set yourself up for success during this week. I realized that orientation week is more work than I thought it would be, but there are so many things that the school would like to set up for you guys before you enter your first week of classes, which makes a lot of sense. So just be proactive as far as getting things done with the IT department and financial aid, with getting your parking permit for campus, things like that. Don't take a lot of energy or a lot of hard work, obviously, but it's important to get out of the way before classes start, because I'm guessing once classes do start, you're just going to have that much more on your plate. And even though your school might give you deadlines that go into the first week of classes as far as getting some of the administrative duties done, it's better to just get it out of the way during orientation week, and you'll actually find that you have a good amount of time, a good amount of free time on your hands to get it done at that point. My second piece of advice would be to meet people, both your classmates as well as the staff. You're going to hear it over and over during orientation week, but you're taking on a new family as far as the students and staff that you're going to be around for the next 4 years. So start getting to know everyone. And I think one of the coolest things about medical school compared to undergrad is just the different walks of life people come from when they enter medical school. When I went to undergrad and I started meeting my classmates, for the most part, we had a very similar educational background, at the least. So most of the people I'd met in undergrad during my freshman year had gone through 12 years of schooling. They'd applied to undergrad and they'd gotten in. Whereas now in medical school, I've met people who are coming straight out of undergrad. I'm meeting people who've taken a few years off, and people who are older that have started families and made career changes. So I think it makes it that much more incredible and inspiring to learn from your classmates, because they've had much different academic as well as personal experiences coming into medical school, and they have a lot of different motivations for wanting to be doctors. So just start talking to as many people, including the people you sit nearby in orientation, and just get to know them and share life stories. And it was probably the favorite part of orientation for me. And my third piece of advice would be, before your classes start, make a list of goals that you have for medical school. And this doesn't necessarily have to be academic related. I made a list of about 10 or 11 things, and some of those things included that I'd like to stay engaged with my hobbies. I love to watch and play tennis. I love to swim. I love to read. I love to hang out with friends. So writing these things down and putting them on a physical piece of paper or on a Word document just really helps you see the kind of person you are at this point in time and the kind of things that you want to hold on to. Because from what I keep hearing, medical school is going to change you as a person, but you want to be able to hold on to the things that you value the most. So another thing I said was to rely on my support system, because during medical school, obviously, I'm sure there's going to be times where there's just going to be a lot of material being thrown at me, or a lot of different things going on that make it difficult. But if I recognize that I have an amazing support system, which I'm very thankful for, and I can rely on them and lean on them to get me through those times, then it'll make going through those difficult phases that much easier. So overall, orientation week is a lot of fun. You get a lot of information thrown at you just as far as administrative things go, but you also get a lot of important information about your first few weeks of classes. You also get to meet your classmates. So to recap, I would just say, set yourself up for success. Meet as many people as possible, and before classes start, make a list of goals just so you have a good framework of who you are as a person and what your academic goals are as well. And then you can execute that over the coming weeks as you get into the groove of classes, and you can always look back at that list and see where you want to be headed as a medical student and beyond. So for me, classes actually start in about an hour and a half from now, so I'm going to go finish getting ready, but my first main class that I'm taking is biochem, and it's going to be for the next 3 weeks. I have a quiz this Friday and a midterm on Monday, so I'll probably be a little preoccupied with that class for this next 3 weeks, but once biochem is over, I'll try to make a series of short videos just talking about my big takeaways from the class and how the first few weeks of medical school has been going for me. Until next time, I'm out.